Friends, so welcome to the class of Mathics. So today what we will do just some questions of the previous sorts which I have put into my channel. Okay, so just let me show you the latest question which I have put into my channel. Okay, this is the sorts which is, let me set the, let me fix, yeah, I think it's better now, right? So students, so today I will show you how to solve such questions of exponents, and the previous few sorts since my last live session I am going to explain it today, right? So in this question what we have taken, it's given that the value of p is like this: a power 1 b square c cube dot y 25 and z 26, right? Now we will solve this question. Okay, let me put a fresh paper over here. So here the value of p is given as a power 1 b power 2 c power 3 d power 4, like this, right? Now let me do one thing. I think this is visible to you. Perfect. Then in this way you can see it's in the ascending order. The power of the corresponding subsequent alphabets is in the ascending order, right? So in this way, till, let's say, x it is 24, y 25, z 26. So this is given into the question, right? This is the value of p. You can see this is the value of p which is given to you. Now the another value which is given for q is like this. It's in the reverse order. If you are taking it, it will be like this: a z power 1, z power 1 y square x cube. You can see from a to z we are going into the reverse order in this way, until in the last, second last, it will be b then a, and the power of b will be 25 and power of a will be 26. So these values of p and q is given to you, right? Now what you will do, another value which is given into the question, that the product of a b c till x y z is given as 54th root of 64. So these are the three data which is given into the question, and we need to find the value of p into q. So students, in such questions what you will be doing, you can just see here it's a power 1, and into the q it's a power 26, and all the numbers, that means a1 b square c cube d4, all these are in products, right? So whenever you are multiplying p with q, all these corresponding numbers will also multiply. So just simply write the values over here: p into q, that is p multiplied by q. This is the latest sort which I published just 1 hour back. P into q will be the, just put up this value a. So I am doing one thing, I am just selecting a first, a1 into, and from the q take the value of a. What is that? Here you can see the power of a is 26. So a into 26. Why I am arranging in a single place? So that you are knowing that if x to the power m is multiplied by x to the power n, where x is the base and m and n are the exponents, then on multiplying, when the bases are same, the exponents will be adding together, right? We will be using this formula over here, right? So that's why when p multiplied by q, taking the component of a from p and same component of a from q and keeping it in a single braces, right? Similarly, just take b from p. What is the power of b? 2. So write over here 2 b square multiplied by from q. What is the value of b? Is 25, right? In this way, when you go till y, what is the power of y in 25? It's y in p is 25. So y to the power 25. This is the value of p. Y power 25 is the value of y in p. Here you can see. I think I am able to explain you. Yes. If any queries, you can put up into the chat box. And similarly, the y component from the q is y square. So keeping it over here in the single braces. And the last one is z. So in the p, the z component is having the exponent of 26. And in in q, the z component is having a power of 1. So z power 1, right? So applying this formula, this is the formula which we are using, right? I think you are able to remember this. Now, what will be the value of p and q? P and q will be looking like this: a power 1 into a power 26. 1 and 26 will be adding up. So because x power m into x power n equal to x power m plus n. So here the base will be a, the first term, the base will be a, and power will be 1 plus 26, isn't it? Because you can see here. Now this will be the first braces answer, and going to the second one, you can see the bases of b over here. Here that is 2 and 25 will be adding up. So 2 plus 25 will be adding up, right? In this way, when you go to y, again y is the base for both these numbers. This is from p, this is from q. So exponents will be adding because y is the common base for both this y power 25 and y square, right? Similarly, and the last component is z power 26 plus 1 into the similar fashion, right? Now we can write it as a power 1 plus 26 is 27, right, students? And b power 2 plus 25 is 27. Oh my god, you can see this is the similarity. All is having a power of 27, right? C will be also having 27, though we have not mentioned c over here. But let's go to the y. Y power 25 plus 2 is 27 and z power 26 plus 1 is 27. Now the third part which is given into your question is that a, b, c, the product of all these alphabets is 54th root of 64, right? So do one thing, if all power is having 27, then we can write it as a cross b cross dot 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 till y and z into the common braces, and power of 27 is over the bracket, right? Now here the given question, as per the given question, given data into the question, a cross b cross c cross dot 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 y cross z, its value is 54th root of 64, right? So 54th root of 64 is given to you. So do one thing, just multiply 54, just take 54th power both the sides. Now what we will be having? We will be having a, b, c cross 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 y cross z power 54 as 64 power 1 by 54, that is your 54th root. This one, this will be multiplied by 54, right? That's why we have taken the 54th root, 54th square here. So in this way, what we will be writing, taking 54th power. Here I am writing here. We have taken 54th power. 54th power, you mean to say, what's that? That means into the LHS, 54th power is taken, and into the RHS also the same thing is taken, right? Now, these 54 and 54 will be cancelled into the exponent of RHS, right? So, we will be having 64 into the RHS, and into the LHS, we are having A cross B cross C cross till Y and Z power 54. Now at the last step, you need to calculate the value of P and Q. So this is the number which we will be having. We need to find the value of this one. A cross B cross this power 27. So if this is calculated, then value of P cross Q is known to us. Now we'll do one thing. Take the square root of both the sides. Okay, when we will be taking a square root of both the sides, then you know what is a square root. That is power, that is 1 by 2. So A cross B cross C till Y cross Z, it will be in the exponent, it is 54 into 1 by 2, right? This 1 by 2 is by due to this square root. So this will be cancelling 54 with 27. So A, B, C, I will coming into the RHS later on. Just let me write it over here. The LHS. A, B, C power 27. This is the same thing with this is the same which is the product of P and Q, right? So this value is coming as root over the 64. So root over 64 is what? It's 8, isn't it? The root over of 64 is 8. So the product of PQ, which is coming as A cross B cross C cross Y cross Z, all the alphabets together, power 27, is coming as 8. So this is the answer, right? Now I will explain this question again. I hope you understood it, right? So the value of P is given like this, Q is given as this, and we have to find the product of P and Q when another condition is given as A cross B cross all the alphabets multiplied together will be having 54th root of 64, right? So using the formula x power m into x to the power n equal to x to the power m plus n, since the bases are same, exponents will be added. So that's why when we multiplied P and Q, corresponding A, B, C till Z, all are multiplied together. A multiplied with A, B multiplied with B, C multiplied with C, and likewise till Y and Z, right? And all the exponents will be added. So here we will be having A to the power 27, B power 27, C power 27 till Z power 27, and taking all alphabets into the bracket and power 27 over here. Now it's the third condition which is given into the question is that the product of all the alphabets is 54th root of 64. So what we did, we have taken 54th power. So taking 54th power, remove the root or 54th root of 64, right? So in this way, A, B, C all multiplied together power 54, we will be having the value of 64, and again after taking the square root, we will be having the value of 8, which is our answer, right? Now students, I am taking another shorts, okay, which I have put into the channel. So let me come to that, okay. I'm just changing this paper now. So this was a very simple question, but you need to understand how to solve such questions. There is a cylinder given, and that is made up of iron, okay. There is a cylinder given that is made up of iron. If this is a cylinder, right, this is the cylinder given, and that is made up of iron, and due to heating, this radius and this height is increased by 1%. 1% increased. radius is also 1% increased. Now what we need to find, I am writing it again. This is made up of iron. This is an iron cylinder. Iron cylinder, right? Due to heating, this is 1% increment in radius and height is due to heating. So we are heating it, and after heating, metals expand. So this is made up of iron. So radius is increased by 1% and height is also increased by 1%, right? We need to find the percentage change in volume of cylinder is what? This we need to calculate. Percentage change in volume of cylinder. So students, think about it. What is the percentage change in volume of the cylinder when the radius and height of the cylinder is increased by 1% due to heating, right? Sorry. You need to calculate the percentage change in volume of the cylinder. What's that? You can put up into the comment box if you want to. If something is coming into your mind, you can put up into the comment box or on through the chat. Okay. So I'm saying that if this is a cylinder, and radius is increased by 1%, height is increased by 1%, why it will expand? Because we are heating it. This is heating. We are just heating the cylinder. This is heat. When you are heating a cylinder or any object of a metal, it will expand, right? Why it expand? Because this is the property of a metal that when you are heating it, it expand. Due to this heating, the radius is increased by 1% and height is increased by 1%. Now we need to calculate the percentage change in volume of the cylinder, right? You know that percentage change in volume is calculated. Percentage change in volume is calculated by delta by initial into 100%. What is delta? Delta is the change in volume. Delta is the change in volume, right? This is change in volume. So we can say that what is change in volume? That means the final volume. That means after heating minus the initial volume. What is the initial volume? Don't go into the figures, just write the formula first. Okay, this is delta. This is represented by this delta divided by the initial volume into 100%. So whenever you are getting any question that percentage change, always apply this formula: final minus initial by initial into 100%, right? So this is percentage change in volume. This is percentage change in volume. This is given by final volume minus initial volume divided by initial volume into 100%, right? Now do one thing, student. What? It's very much clear that the final volume will be having a radius of r plus 1% increased radius, right? So what is the value of 1%? 1% is 1 by 100. So that will be coming as 0.01. So 0.01 will be add up with 1 to get 1.01, right? So with 1% increment, we can say that new radius, let's say capital R, is 1.01 small r, because This is increased by 1%. Just mark this figure, 1%, 1%. So 1% is 0.01, right? So new radius is, so let's say after heating, the cylinder is having R and H, okay? And initially it's having a small r and a small h, right? This is initial dimension of the cylinder, let's say r and h, and this is the final dimension after heating is capital R and capital H, right? Now what will be the value of capital R? Since this is increased 1%, so I have shown you this 1% will be add up with 1 to get 1.01. So new radius will be 1.01 R, right? 1.01 R, and new height will be 1.01 H, right? This is after 1% increment, this new radius capital R will be 1.01 R and capital H will be 1.01 H, where the new cylinder is having capital R and capital H as their dimension, right? Let's say the final volume is coming up with R and H, capital R and capital H. So here R is 1.01 R and capital H is 1.01 H, small h, right? Now percentage change in volume, just keeping it into bracket, coming into the earlier line again, percentage change in volume will be pi r square h. That means the cylinder with capital R and capital H dimension. How this came? This came after heating. So pi r square h minus pi r square h. So this is a small y. This is the initial dimension of the cylinder, right? Divided by the original volume of the cylinder, that is pi r square h into 100%. Students, mind it, capital R and capital H are the dimension of the same cylinder after heating, and capital R is equal to 1.01 R and capital H equal to 1.01 H, because we have given into the question that due to heating 1% increased into the radius and 1% increased into the height, right? So with this we can write pi. You can do one thing, you can cancel pi at all these three places, right? Taking pi common into the numerator will cancel out the pi of the denominator. So we are left with r square h minus r square h divided by r square h. Mind it, this is capital R and capital H. This is for the increased, after hitting the increased radius and increased height, this is capturing. So into 100%, this will be the percentage change in volume. And what is the volume value of capital R? The value of capital R is 1.01 R, right? So do one thing, students, 1.01 R, put it over here in place of capital R. So we will be getting 1.01 square into R square into, in place of H, put this value of 1.01 H. In place of H, capital H, put this value of 1.01 times small h, right? So when you will be keeping the value of 1.01 small h, it will be coming as 1.01 small h here, right, in place of capital H, minus r square h divided by R square H into 100%, right? Now, here you can see R square H is coming into the first term of the numerator. Take it as a common and cancel out from this denominator. Same R square H is there here. So it will also be cancelled out. So we are left with 1.01 square into 1.01 minus 1 by 1 into 100%. So this is the percentage change into the volume of the cylinder, right? When radius and height of the cylinder is increased by 1%, right? This is a simple arithmetic calculation. 1.01 square, this will be coming as a number into 1.01. So whatever be the value, subtract 1 from it and multiply 100. So that percent is the percentage change. So do you want to do me that calculation? Okay, no problem. Let me do it. 1.01 into 1.01, it will be multiplied 3 times. You can see 2 times here and 1 times here, right? So 1.01 it will be coming as 101 000, then 101. So this will be coming as 10201 101 0001 10201, right? So 10201 is the value of this. So it will be coming at 1.0201 multiplied by 1.01, right? So when we'll be calculating it, into 1.01, right? So this will be 10201 from 1, and after this 0, 1 2 3 4 5, and from 1 again 10201. So you can see 1030301, and decimal after 6 places 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1.03 into 100. So 100 will be considered. So the percentage change minus 1, let me put it the value over here, 1.03 minus 1 into 100% is the percentage change of volume. 1.03 minus 1 into 100 is the percentage change in volume. So 1.030. So where you subtract from 1 from it, you will be getting 3.03. So 3.03 percentage of volume change you will be observing when after heating the height and radius of the cylinder is increased by what? That is increased by 1%. So I'm showing you the question. This is the question that 1% radius is increased, 1% height is increased. Why? Because this is made up of iron, and on heating this is increased. Now the percentage change in the volume of the cylinder is calculated. How? This will be final volume minus initial volume by initial volume into 100%. So that will be coming as, you can see, pi r square h minus pi r square h divided by pi r square h into 100%, where the final volume is having the radius as 1.01 r and height is having a value of 1.01 small h. So let me just adjust the screen once. Yeah, I think this is visible properly now, because many times I have to shift the pages. Okay. So students, I hope you get the clarity of this question now, right? And now what I will do, I will just take another question. Okay. I will take another question which I put into my shorts. Okay. Since my last live session, I will explain that question again. I mean to say that those questions which are not explained to you should be discussed together, so that you will have the underlying concept behind that. Okay. So the third question which we will discuss today, this will be from coordinate geometry. Okay, this will be from coordinate geometry. What is that question? In this question, you need to find the fourth vertex of a parallelogram. The fourth vertex of a parallelogram. A parallelogram is given, let's say, this is a parallelogram, right? This is a parallelogram. And A, B, C, and D are the four vertex of that parallelogram, right? Now here the coordinates of A is given as -2, -1. Coordinate of B is given as 1, 0, because the three successive and consecutive coordinates are given into the question. So the value of C is 4, 3. You need to find the value of D. What are the coordinates? Let's say the coordinates of D are x1 and y1, right? Now you need to find the value of coordinates of D, x1, y1 is what, right? Since this is a parallelogram, we know the property of the parallelogram that the diagonals, these are the diagonals, right? These are the diagonals, and the diagonals of the parallelogram divide each other equally, right? So if this is the point of intersection of the diagonals of the parallelogram, then the coordinates, they are intersecting at the same point, so the coordinates will be same. So let's say x and y are the coordinates of the point of intersection of this parallelogram. Now since this is the coordinate of the point of intersection, we can say that this is dividing it equally, right? So this is the midpoint of BD. XY, let's say this is the point O. So we can say O is midpoint of diagonal BD, right? Similarly, the same O, that is the point of intersection of the diagonals, that is midpoint of AC, the another diagonal, isn't it? So if these are the O is the midpoint of BD, O is the midpoint of AC, then what will happen? If this is the midpoint of AC and BD, then if you consider BD, then the coordinates of the point of intersection, that is x, this x will be coming as 1 plus x1 by 2, 1 plus x1 by 2, because this is the midpoint, right? Similarly, the y, you will getting y as 0 plus y1 by 2, isn't it? Right. If this is 0 plus y1 by 2 and this is 1 plus x1 by 2, these are the value of x and y for, these are the value of x and y for the point of intersection, right? For AC, when you consider the diagonal AC, similarly you can calculate the value of xy. The value of x is calculated as, this is -2, the first abscissa of A, and this is the abscissa of C. Just add both the abscissa, that is -2 plus 4. -2 plus 4 divided by 2 will give you this coordinate x. Similarly, the ordinate, for the ordinate, that is the second part, you can just add this minus 1 plus 3. So minus 1 plus 3 divided by 2. So this will give the value of x and y, right? So the value of x is coming as 4 minus 2 will be 2, 2 by 2 is 1, and y is 3 minus 1, 2, 2 by 2 is 1. So x and y, the value of x and y is coming as 1 and 1. The value of x and y is coming as 1 and 1, right? You can see. So the value of x and y is calculated as 1 and 1. That is the point of intersection of the diagonals. Now, if this point is known, then just put up this value of x and y over here to get the value of x1, y1, right? So, if x is having the coordinate 1, if x is equal to 1, then what we will do? This is the midpoint of BD diagonal. X and y are the coordinates of the midpoint of the diagonal BD. So can't we say that x is equal to 1 represent abscissa of B plus abscissa of D, that is x1 divided by 2. And similarly for y, the midpoint, we get what? Ordinate of B plus ordinate of D, that is 0 plus y1 by 2, isn't it? Now we have the value of x as 1. So just put up this value of 1 over here. So we have already kept it. So we also kept the value of y over 1 over here, right? That we have calculated. Now just solve this simple equation. So 1 into 2 will be coming as 2. 2 minus 1 will be the value of x1. This will give the value of x1 as 1. So the value of x1 is coming as 1 here. And for the y, you do the calculation of this simple equation. y1 is coming as 2 into 1. So y1 is coming as 2. So 1 and 2 is the value of x1 and y1. These are the coordinates of x1 and y1. So this is the fourth coordinate of this parallelogram. So the fourth coordinate of this parallelogram is D is 1 and 2. So this is 1 and 2, right? So this is the answer. This is the answer, that now we have calculated the fourth vertex D as 1 and 2, right? So this is one of the other shorts which I put into my channel since my previous live session. So we can discuss more questions over here. Now do one thing, students. I want to take up some questions. Let me see over the chat session that yeah, hello, yes, I want to see any more questions you want to discuss, because we have discussed how to find the fourth vertex of a parallelogram when the three consecutive vertices are given, right? We applied the property of a parallelogram that the diagonals intersect each other at equally, right? So that we did. We also discussed the question, this one, the cylinder is given and whose height and radius is increased by 1%, then what is the percentage change into the volume? So this we have calculated 3.03%. Now we have also solved question, this one, when the value of P and Q is given, and how to calculate the values of P into Q by applying the exponents concept, right? So let us do some more questions over here to get some more clarity, right? So students, now let us do some questions of what are the sorts we are left with. Let me see. There's a very good question of a flower bed, right? There is a flower bed. Let's say this is a flower bed. This is in the form of a sector, and the flower bed is shown like this, right? And in this flower bed, the outer diameter is having a radius of 21 meter, right? And from the same center, another part of another circle is drawn. So here you can say this is the flower bed. This is the flower bed which we are having. This is the flower bed which we are having. We need to find the value, the area of this area of flower bed. Flower bed is what? If this bigger radius is given as 21 and the smaller radius is given as 14 meter, this is 14 meter, right? Now we need to calculate the area of this flower bed, right? So in this question, we can see the area of the flower bed, how to calculate it. Okay, for a flower bed, this is a sector and this is the 90-degree, which is as per the diagram which you can say. Now what is the area of flower bed? This is the area of the bigger sector with radius r minus area of the smaller sector with radius small r, right? So we know the area of the sector, that is theta by 360 into pi r square. So this will be pi into r square minus the another one, that is theta by 360 into pi r square. So mind it, this is a small r with radius 14 and capital R is having a radius of 21, right? So what we will do, in place of theta we will put this 90-degree, right? So 90 by 360 will be coming as common into both these numbers. So we are left with, even you can take pi as common, right? So we are left with r square minus r square into the braces. Now this will give you 90 will be cutting 360 with 4 times. So this we are having pi by 4 into r square. What is the value of capital R square? This is coming as 21 square minus a small r square. A small r is 14. A small r is 14. So minus 14 square. So You can see this is on the formula a square minus b square. So just you can add up pi by 4, that will be coming as 22 by 7 into 1 by 4 into 21 plus 14 will give you 35, and 21 minus 14 will give you 7. Okay. Now cut this 7. So we are left with 22 into 35 by 4. So this is the area of flower bed. That is the area of flower bed. That is 22 into 35 by 4 meter square. So this is our answer, right? So students, I hope you got the understanding of this question, how to solve it, right? Now let me come up with some another question. This is a question of quadratic equation which I have explained to you into the shorts. Okay. In this question of quadratic equation, it's given that let me bring out the question. 1 minute. So here we will be taking those questions whose explanations I have not explained to you. Okay. So the question which I will be taking now is from the latest short. So let me take this question of quadratic equation. This is the only question which is left. So I am coming up to the question, the quadratic equation x square minus 4x plus 4a square minus b square. Okay. So let me solve it in front of you so that any query which you will be having and you can put up into the comment box. Right, students? So this is a question of quadratic equation where we have the question x square minus 4ax plus 4a square minus b square equal to 0. Just solve this question. Okay. What we will be doing in this question, we need to find the value of x. Okay. So here we need to solve it. So to solve this question, just to solve this question, what will we do? We will split the middle term. So this is the middle term which we are having, minus 4a. Minus 4a is the middle term, right? So what we'll do, the middle term, we will just split it. Split means break into two parts so that we will be taking something common with x square and something common with the c term. A quadratic equation, let us say this is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c, right? So if we split the middle term minus 4a, so minus 4a is the middle term over here, isn't it? Minus 4a. So minus 4a, how it can be written? It can be written as minus 2a minus b minus 2a plus b. How? Because when you just remove this bracket and there will be having minus 2a here and minus 2a here. So this will give you minus 4a. This will give you minus 4a. And this minus minus plus b will cancel out this b. Right? So we can say that minus 4a can be splitted into these two terms. So we can say that minus 4a can be splitted into two terms. The first term is 2a minus b. This is the first term, minus 2a minus b, and minus 2a plus b. This is the second term, right? Now the above quadratic equation x square minus 4ax plus 4a square minus b square equal to 0. This can be written as x square minus 2a minus b x. This one you can consider this first term, and the second term is minus times 2a plus b. So minus times 2a plus b into x plus 4a square minus b square is c. Ax square plus bx plus c. So this is c, which is already present over here, right? Equal to 0. Now, from these two terms, take x as common. So we will be having x minus 2a minus b, right? And from third and fourth term, when you will be taking minus times 2a plus b, you will be having x plus what is left? You can see 4a square minus b square. So if 4a square minus b square, we can simplify it and write it like this: 2a whole square minus b square. Can't we write it? 4a square can be written as 2a whole square minus b square. So this will be giving 4a square minus b square. And this can be splitted as a square minus b square can be splitted as a plus b minus b, that is 2a plus b and 2a minus b. So from this 4a square minus b square, if you are bringing 2a plus b as common and taking it out, then we are left with minus is also taking common. So here we are left with minus times this term 2a minus b, right, equal to 0. When you will be equating this, and you can see x minus 2a minus b and x minus 2a minus b is common in both these terms, right? So we'll taking out common as x minus 2a minus b. This is taken as common, and inside the bracket we are left with this x, this one, this x minus this 2a plus b, right? So this is a product of two brackets. So we can equate this equal to 0, the first bracket, and the second bracket equal to 0. So from here we are getting x as 2a minus b. If this is equated to 0, we are getting x as 2a minus b. And if this is equated to 0, we get x as 2a plus b. So 2a minus b and 2a plus b are the two roots of this given quadratic equation. 2a minus b and 2a plus b are the two roots of the quadratic equation. Which quadratic equation? X square minus 4ax plus 4a square minus b square equal to 0. So this is our answer, students. I hope you understand the same, and I will expect that you will like and subscribe to my channel, and just keep on learning, and happy learning, students. Bye bye. Take care. Thank you so much for watching.